Good afternoon, and welcome to the Government House Weekly Press Briefing for the week beginning October 7th, 2019. We have with us this afternoon the St. Thomas Water Island Administrator, Mr. Avery Lewis, who will be discussing an upcoming community cleanup initiative that his office will be leading later this week. But before we begin, or before we get to Administrator Lewis, we will begin with VIPD. This afternoon they have a press conference. Commissioner Trevor Vellenor, along with representatives from the Attorney General's Office, VIPD Deputy Commissioner of Operations Dr. Selwyn Walwyn, St. Croix Police Chief William Harvey, and Chief Detective Lieutenant Naomi Joseph are hosting a press conference today at 2:30 to provide the public and the media information on the arrest of 9 individuals during Operation Cool Out. The Commissioner will also brief the media on special operations and other initiatives which are ongoing to remove illegal guns and dangerous criminals off of the streets of the Virgin Islands. That press conference will be held at the Wilbur Francis Command in Frederiksted and teleconference to the Virgin Islands Police Department Commissioner's conference room on the 2nd floor of the Alexander Farrelly Complex in Charlotte, Amalie. Also this afternoon, Governor Bryan will be signing an update to the Hotel Development Act into law at a ceremonial bill signing 2 p.m. here at the Virgin Islands Public Finance Authority in Charlotte, Amalie. This bill expands the application of the HDA, the Hotel Development Act, to not just new hotel and resort construction, but also to reconstruction, renovation, and restoration of existing and damaged properties as a means of fostering our hurricane recovery. The HDA was a collaborative effort between stakeholders and individuals who would use the program and Senator Kurt VLA. The newly proposed provisions under the HDA will apply across the territory, including Water Island, where there are plans to construct a new hotel shortly. Governor Bryan wants to continue collaborating with the members of the 33rd Legislature on proposals like this and others to enhance economic development throughout the territory. The governor also convened a meeting of his Workforce Development Board this past week to discuss the deployment of the administration's strategy to improve opportunities for workers and employers in the territory. Governor Bryan charged the board with a mandate to create pipelines to prosperity for Virgin Islands residents and urged the members to focus on creating an educated and competitive workforce, better jobs, and higher wages for Virgin Islands residents. The board will reconvene on November 8th for a second meeting. Also, the Department of Health is continuing its outreach to the community with respect to behavioral health, and so they will be hosting a behavioral health town hall meeting this Friday, October 11th, from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at the Charlotte Amalie High School auditorium. So encouraging all in the community who are interested in learning about what the department has to offer with respect to behavioral health to please attend and ask questions, and you'll be provided the necessary information that you would need. At this time, I will go ahead and give it to, or to pass on the briefing to Administrator Lewis. After Administrator Lewis, then we will take questions from the media. Administrator Lewis.
Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, keeping in alignment to one of the governor's mission, as when we came into office and keeping the island clean. We're undergoing a big cleanup beginning October. We started before, but due to the weather, Karen, we had to pause. So we're reconvening, and we're starting from Monday, October 21st to Saturday, October 26th. But in the area of Savon, in St. Thomas Island, St. Thomas. So our theme is VI Pride and keeping our island clean. So what are we going to be doing is partnering with Department of Public Works, Virgin Islands Waste Management Authority, and Senator Dwayne DeGraff, and we're going to be in the area of Savon cleaning up from Monday, October 21st to the 25th. During that time, we'll be picking up bulk waste. We'll be having crews in there cleaning the streets. And on the Saturday, October 26th, we'll have a big cleanup event where we're going to involve the neighborhood residents and other community groups to come and join us. And we'll be down there by the Romeo Malone Center, starting from 8 o'clock right on to 2 o'clock until we finish. So residents are urged to put all the trash out. That give you the opportunity to clean your area. Let's make the island safe and happy and clean once more. And at this time, we'll be looking forward to everyone to come out at that day.
Thank you, Administrator Lewis. We will now open to any questions from any media in the room who wish to ask a question at this time.
Administrator Lewis,
Robert.
I'm sorry, Robert Moore with the VI Consortium.
Yes, sir.
The cleanup from Monday to Saturday, the 26th, during the days of the week, are residents invited to come out and help with it?
The residents are invited to come out to help at all times. But we know that everybody have a working schedule, so we just said that the major part that we, the government, will undertake throughout the week. But if they're home, they could urge to put it out, everything in trash bags. And sorry for not saying no metal at this time, no metal at this time.
Okay. Trash and yard waste.
Yes, yard waste and so forth. There'll be some bin station in the area, and they could throw it in the bins. We ask for everything to be placed in trash bags at this time. On Saturday of the big event, trash bags and t-shirts and so forth will be given out.
Question. Peter Hartley, WSTA, Focus VI. With the bulk waste that you're looking for, that's not considered refrigerators, washers, and that type of stuff that people just normally would dump on the side and
That's exactly what bulk waste is, and waste management will have their crews out picking that up at that time.
So, and then you said that it's a 7 or 5 day period that you'll be doing this?
Yes, sir.
So-
6 days.
Persons who want to get the bulk waste out need to do what? Put it outside the house or take it to the corner to a bin or?
No, they'll put it outside and the crews will come around and pick it up.
Okay. And that's in the Savan area?
Yes.
Okay. One more question. What's the budget in the cleanup campaign for, says, your district?
Well, I can't tell you what's the total budget at this time, but everything that we've been doing thus far having private donations.
Okay, thanks.
And government have been contributing entire contribution to waste management and public works.
Okay, good.
So it's the
AJ Rao.
AJ Rock Daily News. You're starting with the Savannah area. Is this going to be replicated in other neighborhoods across the
That definitely will be moving forward to other neighborhoods, and we'll be reaching out and asking for, private partnerships to join us to make this really clean and prosperous event.
And Mr. Moda, can you give us some sense of what the governor's reaction was to last week's events related to WAPA, the Senate hearing, and the PSC's decision to delay a decision on the rate petition?
Sure. I think the governor made his sentiments clear last week at the press briefing. But just to clarify, there was, some comments saying that the governor threw his full support behind the Water and Power Authority. I just wanted to clarify what the governor was saying was he was just cautioning legislators and elected officials from, accusing individuals at the Water and Power Authority of corruption and other types of activity without providing evidence. So the information that came out in the Senate hearing, that wasn't what the governor was referring to. I mean, there are some issues with the Water and Power Authority. Within the Water and Power Authority, I think the governor acknowledged those issues. He spoke to them, and he was quite clear in saying that he's not giving them a free pass, but they have a plan, and the governor, in the absence of any other workable plan, is supporting the Water and Power Authority's plan thus far. So.
And did the governor express any view on the Public Service Commission's inaction on the rate petition?
Well, I think the governor also addressed that last Monday when he said to the effect that we can't continue to postpone this and kick the can down the road. WAPA needs this support to be able to reconstruct or to restructure its debt, and that's what they're trying to do. And so,
What's the current situation with the Cadastral's office? There's a story out today in the Daily News regarding some technical issues there.
yes, so the Lieutenant Governor's office provided a statement to the media regarding those issues. They said that they will be conducting manual operations for the time being with respect to any questions regarding speaking more specifically to that situation. I would have to refer you to the Lieutenant Governor's office. To our understanding right now, they are still conducting operations, albeit manually.
So the offices are open?
Yes.
to-
Conduct normal business, yes.
And just a couple, do you have any update on the mental health state of emergency that the governor declared? Any updates that we can provide the public on?
Sure. So the Department of Health has done a few things since the governor's state of emergency earlier this year, namely the hiring of a director of behavioral health. Just this past Friday, they opened what they call the clubhouse. It is essentially, for lack of better words, a sanctuary for individuals with behavioral health and substance abuse issues in St. Croix near the Charles Harwood complex. So that's one of the things that they've been able to do with the increased access to resources with the mental health state of emergency. They have continued their outreach programs. They have a town hall that I just mentioned at the Charlotte Amalie High School auditorium this Friday. They also have a program that they're launching called the Encounter Program, which they go out into the community and they talk to individuals who may have behavioral health issues. They do an initial assessment and try to connect them with the services that they may require. So all of those are some of the initial steps that the department has taken to address behavioral health and mental health in the territory. Of course, we know that some of these issues are longstanding and there's a lot more that need to be done, but the Department of Health is actively working to address those issues. Any other questions? All right, thank you for your time. That concludes our press briefing. Thank you very much.